Congrats on the win, Jordi.
Thanks.
For this game, this Trailblazers team tried to go on runs, but you guys were able to respond every time. Just what did you see from your group and the composure that they had, and especially learning how to close out games down the stretch?
Yeah, there was certain things that we had to do better. There's two players that made 10 threes in the first half. They're not necessarily guys that have shot well through the year, but NBA players, that's what they do. They see the ball go in, and they're in a rhythm, and all these players are amazing. So I thought our urgency in the second half was way better. Our closeouts, our shifts, and that's how you win games in the NBA, allowing 53 points and then 36 assists for 49 made field goals. That's pretty impressive. So sharing the ball and then finding a way to get stopped. So proud of the guys, like you said, not overreacting and then sticking with what we're trying to do. And it was a good win for our group. We needed that.
To have Cam Johnson and D'Angelo Russell back, just what did you see from them and kind of what they brought to the team?
Maturity and composure. That's what's most important. And we need our young guys. Sometimes, they play really hard. We've been playing hard. And, with these guys they put everybody in the right spots. And, you see the efficiency. D'Lo had 9 assists. Ben had 11 assists. And then CJ was 10 for 18 from the field. So, having them there just helps everybody else. It helps me as a coach, helps his teammates. So it was good to have them back for sure, but also the experience that these other guys gained throughout these games is very important.
I'm just going to say, following up on that, for you to be able to get 20 assists out of two guys, just how contagious was the passing and just those guys kind of showing the way and how to manipulate this defense?
Yeah, and I think, these two guys are very smart. They've played a lot of basketball, and you can tell. So it's not me, trust me. It's these two guys being very good. And, the ball has energy. And when we move the ball and we make the right pass and your teammate puts you in the right spot to finish or shoot the ball, it's like what basketball, what being a good teammate, sharing the basketball, all those things mean for us. And it's great, especially these two guys, like you said, 20 assists with two guys. We had 20 and a half, so that was really good to see.
Hey, Coach, I'm Jason Quick, all right, for The Athletic. I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing something on Toumani Camara. He seems to be getting a reputation around the league as a top-notch defender. I was wondering if he stood out to you, if you have any impressions of him.
For sure, yeah, and it's not my first time watching him play. Obviously, I saw him more times last year when I was in Sacramento. His size, his athleticism, but one thing that I can say is he plays extremely hard every possession, and that just, coaches can tell. He picks up full court. He uses his length. He embraces defense, and as you know, that's a job that it's a superpower. And I don't know the kid, but I think he has that superpower of, embracing defense. Obviously, he saw the ball go in today, but I think that what he brings to the league and to his team is that, like you said, that defensive intensity.
When you look at how back and forth and how close the last game in Portland was, in Utah was, obviously, you have gotten your guys to play hard throughout, but just mentally and emotionally, how much did guys in that locker room need to actually see kind of a validation for their effort and their work?
I think it's, like being a true competitor, and they play for themselves, for their teammates, for the team. So I don't have to be like, sometimes you're disappointed because you want to win every game, right? And losing is already can bring you down a little bit. But I think that learning from losses is what's most important. And I think that Utah, we gave ourselves a chance. We didn't play consistently hard we play hard, but our focus was not there for 48 minutes. And I think today our focus was there, our intensity. You're still allowed to make mistakes, and we made mistakes. It was just more positive than negative. And that's what's important. It's basketball is a game of mistakes. We cannot be discouraged by mistakes and just keep trying to get positives.
When it comes to the pace of this game, you guys were able to have 29 fast break points and get a lot of shots early in the shot clock. You've talked about pushing the ball before, but in what ways were they able to do that tonight? And then, how do you want to take that moving forward?
Yeah, I think it's something that we've been trying to preach. We were not very good early on. Our full court pace was not great. Our half court pace was better because we passed the ball a lot and we cut a lot. So, it's tricky at times. You don't just want to be judged by how many possessions you play. You also need to know how efficient you are. But yeah, lately we've been playing faster. This game probably has been our best game at running the floor. And yeah, you want to run after makes and after misses, but obviously having Ben rebounding the ball well is important to be able to run. When you rebound is when your offense starts. And I think that's, like what Ben brings to the table as superpower is just like how fast he gets the ball to the other side of the floor and his throw hits, pushing the ball ahead. So it's important, and we want to keep preaching that for sure.
Cam, from when you went out, I think, against Milwaukee, I mean, this team hadn't won a game. Just how much, did this team need to see a victory and just for their own mental?
Big time. Big time. Our guys been competing. Been competing the last 5 games, been fighting, and had stretches in games where they looked really good. It is tough to win games in the NBA. Ben back in the lineup, me back in the lineup, D'Lo. It's some veterans that have been in situations where, we're a little bit more comfortable and, closing games, managing runs. And everybody, man, stepped up and had huge contributions. Top to bottom. Like, I can start naming names, but it's top to bottom. And guys played hard. We're locked into the game plan. And, they hurt us a lot of ways tonight, but a lot of those ways were, stuff we a lot of the things that we talked about in pregame are things that we executed. So, we have to be proud of that effort. And like I said before, just cherish every win and just be excited to play, be excited to have our opportunities.
You mentioned D'Lo, and it's obviously nice to be able to have 2 kind of playmakers like that, be able to get 20 assists off of 2 guys. But just how effective were you guys in finding ways to pick apart the defense and manipulate the defense?
I mean, that's what they do. That's what those 2 do. And then, a lot of time I'm the beneficiary of finding open windows and finding lanes. But it's great to play with 2 real cerebral, very unselfish guys like that.
When it comes to the pace and just the game plan, how much was that a point of emphasis, and in what ways were you guys able to consistently find that flow?
We knew that was something that we'd be able to do today, and like I said, you have somebody with Ben who can, get the rebound and break out, and I think we did a good job on the glass today because at times we played a smaller lineup. Obviously, Day had some huge rebounds, especially that one putback late in the game, but for us to win the rebounding battle today and then turn it into fast break points when we limited their fast break points was really big for us.
You guys have seemingly run more effectively of late, even in the games that you lost.
Yeah.
That seems to have been, I don't want to say a point of emphasis, but something you guys have improved on.
Yeah.
How much effort has gone into making sure that your full court pace is higher than it was earlier?
A lot of the times it comes down to stops and being able to go there. So as we were getting stops, that was kind of igniting our break for us. But it's just something that we should be able to, as we got an athletic team, a fast team, a big team. And I think, the way we play, we should have all along been a really high-level transition offense team. But like I said, I always say, we're still finding what works for us. And it's a process, guys. And, made steps, but it don't mean nothing. We got to go back and improve it and string together wins.